A $500 software budget can launch a business or disappear into a product nobody wants. The biggest micro-SaaS risk usually isn't the technology. It's spending weeks building something customers won't pay for. In this series, I'll break down 7 niche micro-SaaS ideas you can test for under $500. We'll compare startup cost, pricing potential, risk, difficulty, and the time needed to manage each one. The $500 assumes you build the first version yourself. Your unpaid development hours aren't included. Comment "Build" if you want to start a low-cost software business. In the next video, I'll show how to divide that $500 without spending it all before finding your first customer. You don't need to spend the full $500 to test whether a micro-SaaS idea can work. Start with roughly $90 for 3 months of hosting and database access. Set aside $50 for AI testing, $75 for customer interviews, $35 for basic design assets, and about $15 for a domain. Keep another $100 available for unexpected costs. That brings the estimated launch budget to around $370. You still have $130 available if customer feedback justifies further spending. The goal is to prove customers will pay before your expenses grow. Save this budget before paying for any software tools. Coming up, you'll see the first micro-SaaS idea and how 25 customers could create $475 in monthly revenue.
A freelancer can finish a project today and still spend weeks wondering when the payment will arrive. The first business idea is an invoice follow-up assistant built for one profession. You could target video editors, bookkeepers, writers, or marketing consultants. The tool tracks invoice due dates, sends approved reminders, and stops once the invoice is marked paid. At $19 monthly, 25 customers would produce $475 in monthly recurring revenue before fees, taxes, and support costs. Start with manual invoice entry instead of expensive accounting integrations. Comment the freelance profession you would target first. One incorrect campaign link can make an agency's marketing report look completely wrong. The second business idea is a campaign link checker for small marketing teams. The browser extension scans web pages and flags broken links, missing UTM labels, and inconsistent campaign names. UTM labels help businesses identify where website traffic came from. 20 agency customers paying $29 monthly would create $580 in monthly recurring revenue before expenses. The common mistake is requesting too much browser access. Only request the permissions the extension truly needs. Share this short with someone who manages client campaigns. Watch the following video for a deadline tracking tool that could stop one expired document from delaying paid work. A subcontractor can be ready to work, but one expired document may prevent the job from starting. The third idea is a certificate-expiration tracker for contractors and property managers. The customer enters each vendor's insurance expiration date. The tool sends reminders 30, 14, and 7 days before the deadline. 15 businesses paying $39 monthly would produce $585 in monthly recurring revenue before fees and support expenses. Position it as a reminder tool, not a legal compliance product. The customer must still verify every document. Comment "reminder" if you would pay to avoid missed deadlines. Up next is an AI micro-SaaS idea that may complete 1,000 simple tasks for less than $1.
Adding AI to a micro-SaaS product doesn't always require an expensive monthly software bill. The fourth idea is a review response queue for repair shops, dental groups, or small hotel operators. The tool collects unanswered reviews, drafts replies, applies company rules, and sends each response to a manager for approval. With short prompts, 1,000 basic AI drafts could cost less than $1 under certain assumptions. The cost depends on the model and text length. Never publish every response automatically. One unsuitable reply can damage the company's reputation. Comment which local business you would build this tool for. An online store may process hundreds of returns without knowing which product issue keeps causing them.
The fifth idea is a return reason digest for small clothing stores. The merchant uploads return data. The tool groups repeated reasons and creates a weekly list of products requiring attention. One shirt might receive repeated sizing complaints. Another product may create complaints about inaccurate colors. The mistake is targeting every online store. Starting with apparel gives you clearer problems, features, and sales messaging. Save this idea if you understand e-commerce or clothing. A recruiter can find the right candidate and still lose them by forgetting one promised update. The sixth idea is a follow-up deadline tracker for boutique recruitment agencies. The tool records the next promised action, assigns the responsible recruiter, and shows which candidates have waited too long. 15 agencies paying $39 monthly would create $585 in monthly recurring revenue before expenses. You don't need to store full resumes. Store only the candidate identifier, deadline, owner, status, and a link to the agency's existing file. Send this short to someone working in recruitment. In the video after this, we'll uncover a spreadsheet error that could leave tournament guests without their expected hotel rooms.
One spreadsheet mistake can leave a tournament guest without the hotel room they expected. This SaaS business validates rooming lists for sports tournaments, group travel planners, and event operators. The tool checks duplicate guests, missing arrival dates, room count mismatches, incomplete contact details, and unsupported file formats. You could charge $49 per event instead of requiring a monthly subscription. The main risk is seasonal demand. Target organizers running several events each year rather than selling separately to individual teams. Comment events if you have dealt with this problem. The next breakdown ranks all 7 ideas using 5 checks that reveal which product may give you the strongest return on your time.
The Micro-SaaS idea with the highest monthly price may not give you the best return. Compare every idea using 5 factors. First, check how often the problem occurs. Second, measure whether it affects revenue, expenses, or customer retention. Third, ask whether you can easily reach potential buyers. Fourth, consider integration risk, because outside platforms can create approval, security, and maintenance work. Fifth, calculate your unpaid hours. A $300 product can still become expensive if you spend 3 months building it without customer feedback. Save these 5 checks before choosing your idea. One final video remains, and it calculates how many paying customers you need to recover your launch cost before revealing the top-ranked idea.
A $370 Micro-SaaS experiment may need fewer paying customers to break even than you think. At $19 monthly, you would need about 21 customer months to recover $370 after basic payment fees. At $29, you would need roughly 14 customer months. At $39, you would need around 10. A customer month means one customer paying for 1 month. Based on cost, simplicity, and connection to cash flow, the Invoice Follow-Up Assistant ranks first. The Browser Link Checker ranks second for technical beginners. Choose one niche and interview 5 potential customers before building anything. Then start validating before you build. Comment validate if you want the step-by-step testing process.